Good morning, everyone. Today is September the 5th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. This is Anne-Marie Band, and I am looking at a chart that is very grinding to sideways, actually being filled by the folks who just talk about buying. Actually, people aren't really looking at these formations properly. Let me show you this very cool tool that TrendSpider has, if my fingers will do the talking. Yep. And we are going to see here where people are piling up. And you can see them piling up at this wall, per se, at 525 all the way to 520, maybe all the way up at 530. So 530 to 520 is where this put wall is sitting, per se. The call wall is probably fairly higher because I'm only looking from September. Oh, let's see. Let's go. Oops, that's October 2025. Let's not do that. Let's just go for the next couple of months. I saw a very interesting statistical piece that said volatility was the highest in terms of intraday volatility in September and December. Even though December is normally a very bullish month, it has a tendency to have a lot of up and down moves, and I found that to be very interesting. So we can see where this call wall is sitting. Here is my thought. My thought is bounces are sell zones. We just had, do we just have a number come out? We have another number coming out at 8:30. Please let it not be 8:30. Yep, 8:13. And so my thought is bounces up into 554, if we're fortunate, 557, also going to give us sell zones. Here we are finally building higher lows. So the question is, what are we going to do there? So my thought is, you could get sneaky with a long here, all right, and trade it intraday into resistance. This is a pretty solid buy zone because we've got wicks on 2 days ago on the 3rd. We have wicks yesterday, and then today we're holding the higher low. Where's the stop? 548. 548.50. If it loses 548.50, good night, Irene. Okay? There's nothing left there on the long side. It's going to collapse into the point of control. Do I think it's probably going to collapse into the point of control anyway? Yes, I do. But this could be a sneaky little long. 8:30 jobs numbers comes out. We'll see what happens. All right? You want to be careful with size. If you're trying to go counter trend, remember, collapse down into the tightest time frame where the moving averages and all of that give you what you need, and you'll be in good shape. The Q is much weaker, right? We've got puts all the way down until 435, right? And so we can see where that is. That's value area low, blah, blah, blah. What do we think here? Bounces or sell zones? This is much weaker. Still making those wicks, but now it's below the open of a bullish day, right? So it's wiping away all of those gains. This one much cleaner for a bounce in a sell zone. So, we've got a market where one index is saying something different to another index, and certainly with the ETFs, we're seeing that for sure. All right? Chances are all the bounces are sell zones. Meaning that if you buy that sneaky long, you better think about when to get out. All right? So here's how the ES looks. Terrible. Doesn't look anywhere near as healthy as SPY. Same wicks, but we are well below the close of a down day. Well below. We're below it, okay? Is it a higher low? Yes. Could you buy it? Yes. Where would you buy it? Well, up above 55.26. That's sort of a line in the sand, right? 55.26, 55.21, but 55.08 to 55.09 is that key zone that we're staring down, right? In terms of a floor. And then after that, it gets into the broad VWAP area. And we're looking at 54.80 to 54, Ooh, heavy congestion here at 54.63, right? That is somewhere around where Brooksy wanted to take his short into yesterday if it gave him everything. Of course, he was joking around, but I can see why he's looking at that number. Okay, so here we are, sitting in that space, bounces or sell zones. Got to be quick on the draw here, and this is not trending, so price action is going to reverse on us, right? Downward formations all the way across the board. And if we take a look at this area, we're bounded by this zone on this hourly chart. You know, could you buy here? Yes. If it collapses, bye-bye. It's got sideways action. Remember, if trend breaks by time and not price, we're going to very likely have the resumption of trend. So to me, it looks like selling 55.41 and then the quick buy at 55.21, 55.20, here we are. But if it loses 55.15, probably on the wrong side of the trade, right? Stop might need to be 55.16 if you're going to try that. I mean, we've got serpentine right here, so it could move, but trend suggests continued downward flow. Let's take a look at the NQ. Same, right? Let's take a look at what's happening here. Collapsing, really. Here's our 18,863 number that we had from a while back. Value area low, next line in the sand, and 18,593, and then 18,475. And then below that, 18,390. Right? This is in a clear rotation, but it's still tech. So chances are buyers are going to try to get excited right around this zone. Okay? Right around this zone. All right, let's take a look at, and this zone, if you're listening to me, 18,593, 18,650. You know how the cues are. They can get very wide and noisy. YM. All right, YM, stronger, right? Wick, new wick, higher lows. Bounces are still sell zones here, but you could get sneaky with a buy, right? 41,000. I would definitely wait until after this number. 41,000, a stop. 41,909, so that's a ton of risk. You know, if you were looking to put an order out before the numbers came, I would say, hey, look at the bounce way high up into 41,309, 41,350. That's going to be the sweet spot for the short. Breaks down, you're going to be in great shape for continued downside action. Trend is up, but we are in a mean reversion, right? And so that mean reversion in an upward trend could have lots of candlesticks retracing themselves. So very, very nicely. Let's see what the chains tell. Oh, no, chains won't tell us anything about the YM. They don't do options on futures. All right, so that's what we are looking at. Really messy candlesticks reversing each other, but grinding down. And this was my expectation for the next few months, actually. Let's take a look at oil very quick. Oh, look at that. Well. Yes, indeed. And interestingly, oil inventories are also very low. So something is definitely going on in this marketplace, but it is as bearish as the day is long. Look at that. That is some crazy bearish. If only it would get to the pump. I mean, the crack spread is probably very huge right now. All right, lastly, we'll take a look at gold. Still holding in this very messy patch. Right? Could we have a fade? Yes. The dollar's trying to bounce. The yields are coming into resistance. We'll just have to see. But this is clearly, central banks continue to buy the physical stuff, and it is moving the futures off to the moon. All right, so we have to be very careful about that. We worry about central banks hoarding gold. I don't really worry about it, but we know the reason that they're doing it is because they do realize the weakness of all the fiat currencies. So we have to be very, very careful. There's another currency event coming. I just don't know where it is. All right, folks, that's it. Good luck trading. Rangy. Option markets are also rangy. They're using almost the same levels as the day before. So deep fades, you're going to see some bounce action. Big spikes, you're going to see some selling action. Just go small with size. And here it is breaking down. All right, best bet is the bounces or sell zones, or, look for heavy congestion. To me, that's that 55-35-ish area, and a great place for a short. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you on Top Step TV today. Hopefully you'll join me. I'll be there from 9:30 to noon. Take care.